Welcome back to the channel. We are sitting here in Columbus, Ohio, and looking out the window, the weather is as unpredictable as always. It is completely overcast.
It really is. The humidity dropped drastically overnight, and now it feels like a heavy snow is approaching. The Midwest weather definitely keeps you guessing.
That actually brings us perfectly to our topic today. We are talking about the future, specifically how we talk about the future in English. Will versus going to.
This is a topic that brings back a lot of anxiety for me. Honestly, it is not just about passing an English test. It is about professional survival.
Tell me more about that. What do you mean by professional survival?
When I am sitting in a corporate meeting here in Ohio, surrounded by native speakers, the fear of sounding incompetent keeps me awake at night. If my manager asks about a project and I choose the wrong word, do I sound like I have no plan?
That is the exact pain point most grammar books ignore. You are not just choosing vocabulary. You are projecting your level of preparation to your colleagues.
Exactly. They feel almost the same on paper, but in the air, in a real conversation, I feel like I am constantly guessing which one to use.
We are going to stop guessing today. The secret here is not about future time at all. It is entirely about psychology.
Psychology? I thought it was just a set of arbitrary rules to memorize.
Not at all. It is about the moment of decision. I want you to imagine a timeline. If you make the decision at the exact moment you are speaking, you use will.
So it functions like a sudden reaction, a spark in the brain.
Yes, and cognitive science actually backs this up. When you use will for a spontaneous decision, your brain experiences a heavier cognitive load because you are creating a new intention in real time.
That is fascinating. So what happens in the brain when we use going to?
When you say going to, you are not making a new decision. You are simply retrieving an old plan from your memory. The decision happened before you opened your mouth.
That changes everything. So will is for the immediate present decision, and going to is anchored in a past decision about the future.
Precisely. If you are asked by your boss about a report and you say, "I will do it," you are communicating that you had not planned to do it until they just asked.
Oh my goodness. That explains why my manager looked concerned last week. I thought I was showing enthusiasm, but I was actually telling him I was unprepared.
You just discovered the hidden social consequence of grammar. If you say, "I am going to do it," you tell him the plan was already in motion. It projects stability.
This logic is incredibly helpful. I always relied on time words, like searching for tomorrow or next week to decide.
Time words are a trap. You can say, "I will go tomorrow," or "I am going to go tomorrow." The word tomorrow does not help you choose. Your level of preparation does.
Let us test this with a real scenario. Say we are sitting in a diner here in Columbus, and we are looking at the menu.
Perfect. The waiter walks over and asks what you would like. You just decided in that exact second because you saw a picture of a steak. What do you say?
Because it is a spontaneous decision based on the menu, I should say, "I will have the steak."
Spot on. Or you use the contraction and say, "I'll have the steak." Native speakers almost always contract it to sound more fluid.
What if the phone suddenly rings while we are drinking our coffee? It is unexpected.
You did not plan for it. So your brain makes a split-second decision. You say, "I will get it." It is an instant reaction to a new stimulus.
I understand now. It is the same logic when you offer to help someone. If I see a colleague struggling with heavy boxes in the office, I say, "I will help you."
Exactly. You did not wake up planning to carry boxes. Your offer is a reaction to seeing their struggle. This is why will is the language of promises and offers.
Promises. That makes sense. "I will always love you" sounds much more passionate and sincere than "I am going to always love you."
Yes, going to sounds like a scheduled project. You do not schedule love. You commit to it in the moment.
Let us shift to going to a bit more. If will is the spark, going to is the solid ground. Tell me about predictions.
Predictions are where English gets very precise. It is about evidence. Look outside our window right now. What do you see?
I see very thick, dark gray clouds covering the entire city.
Because you have physical evidence right in front of your eyes. The action is already in motion. So you say, it is going to snow.
I am stating it as a near fact based on what I observe.
Yes. Now imagine it is the middle of summer. The sky is blue. But you have lived in Ohio for 10 years, and your intuition tells you a storm might happen later.
There is no physical evidence, just my internal belief. So I would say, I think it will storm later.
Perfectly stated. Going to is for the eyes. Will is for the gut feeling or the brain. It is about how sure you are based on the environment.
This makes me reevaluate every email I have written. This distinction is a powerful tool to control how confident I sound in negotiations.
Exactly. Let us talk about pronunciation, because sounding natural is just as important. In casual speech, we rarely enunciate going to fully.
You are talking about gonna. I hear it everywhere, but I always felt like it was improper or unprofessional to use it at the office.
It is a common misconception. Gonna is not bad English. It is spoken English. Even CEOs use it during presentations to sound fluid and approachable. The key is remembering the verb to be.
Right, so I cannot just say, I gonna finish the report. I have to say, I am gonna finish it. Or contracted, I'm gonna.
Spot on. And remember, the word to is already built into gonna. A major mistake is saying, I'm gonna to go. That sounds redundant to a native ear.
I will make a mental note of that. I definitely do not want to sound redundant. What about negative statements? Do the rules change?
The logic stays absolutely the same, but the negative form of will is won't, which can be tricky to pronounce. It requires a hard O sound.
Won't. Like go or no. I won't do it. It carries a very strong sense of refusal, doesn't it?
Very strong. If your car breaks down in this freezing Ohio weather, you would say, the car won't start. It feels like the machine itself is refusing to cooperate.
That paints a very clear picture. And if I simply changed my plans for the weekend, I would use not going to. Like, I am not going to visit Chicago anymore.
Exactly. You removed an old plan from your schedule. It is administrative, not emotional.
Administrative versus emotional. I love that framework. It takes the guesswork out completely.
I am glad it helps. Once you grasp the underlying psychology of the language, you stop memorizing grammar rules and you start communicating intent.
I feel equipped now. Next time my manager asks about a quarterly goal, I know exactly how to project that I am prepared.
That is what Hwango Media is all about. Mastering the details that elevate your presence. Thank you for joining me today, Chloe.